Everyone knows Las Vegas for the Strip.
But what is it actually like to live here day to day?
After 21 years of calling Vegas home, here's our completely unfiltered take on what we love, what drives us crazy, and who we think this city is really for.
So if you're thinking about moving here, this video will give you a great sense of what to expect. Now let's get into it.
Disclaimer, quick heads up, this isn't about telling you exactly where to live. These thoughts come from our personal experience living in Vegas for over 20 years, what we've seen with clients, and public information that anyone can verify. Take what's helpful and apply it to your own situation.
What we like about living here, the amount of choice here is unreal. Entertainment, sports, dining, concerts, the best acts, musical or otherwise, always stop by in Vegas. You don't have to drive hours to go see a show like you might in some other states. You can decide at the last minute and be there in less than a half an hour. So we love that 24-hour lifestyle.
Yep, that's how I got to see Bruno Mars with a 30-minute notice. Late dinners after work, grocery runs at 10 p.m. It's a city that fits your schedule, not the other way around. There's a lot of opportunities here.
You can find great paying work without a degree, start a small business, or pivot into something completely new. The job market here does have its ups and downs, and about a third of all the people that live here work in service and hospitality, but people who hustle really do really well.
And location-wise, Vegas is unbeatable because Red Rock Canyon is close by for hiking. You have Mount Charleston for the cooler weather, Lake Mead for boat days. You have Grand Canyon, Zion, Disneyland, and even the beach are all within a short drive or a quick flight away.
Now, the weather is something we genuinely really enjoy. Pretty much sunshine almost every single day, and there's no snow, or at least there hasn't been snow that stuck to the ground since 2008, so we don't really get much snow here. We have about 4 inches of annual rainfall, so we're really one of the more dry cities in America. But personally, we'd rather deal with heat, and it's a dry heat, than having to shovel snow any day of the week.
The community feel in the suburbs has grown so much. We have Summerlin, Henderson, Inspirada, and the Northwest all have parks, trails, sports complexes, libraries, and weekend markets. Real neighborhoods with real families.
And the food scene here is absolutely incredible. From world-class, almost Michelin star rated restaurants on the Strip to local mom and pop favorites in downtown or Chinatown, there's pretty much always something, and there's something new pretty much all the time, and it's genuinely really good to eat.
And more restaurants popping up all the time.
That's right. Now, before we go any further, quick introduction here. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Vicky, your Las Vegas real estate guides, living and working in this market for over 20 years. We started this channel to help people really understand what it's like to live here, buy here, and build a life here. So if you want insider knowledge that can save you time, money, and a few headaches, make sure to subscribe.
Now let's get into what we don't like about the city. So let's be real, there's no perfect city. And Vegas has its downsides too.
That's right. New construction lots are small. You can get more land for your new build purchase, but you'll definitely be paying for it.
Especially in lot premiums. There's also recently enacted restrictions to the size of a pool that you can construct. So we now have a cap of around 600 square feet. And this is done to conserve water. It's great for sustainability, but it is limiting if you want a big backyard pool. So just for reference, this is like a 20-foot by 30-foot pool, which is still a very large pool. You just can't go larger than that. And the summer heat is obviously no joke, so you want an awesome pool for swimming in. We do get triple digits for weeks at a time, so you want to plan your days around early mornings and evenings, and that makes it a little bit more manageable.
There's constant construction, so roads, housing, resorts, something is always being built, and it's the price of living in a growing city.
Staycations and local experiences have gone up in price. Vegas is still obviously cheaper than California, but the tourist pricing is noticeable during big weekends and events. And while prices on the Strip are higher than they've ever been before, if you have a Players Club card, you can get free perks like free rooms and free experiences, even free shows. For example, we just gifted Vicky's parents a free staycation at Resorts World where we took the kids to the pool, ate dinner, and it was really fun, and they had a great time. And we got those rooms
for free because they comped us.
They
comped us those rooms. So shout out to Resorts World for taking care of your locals.
Another thing to think of is that this is a driving city.
Public transportation just isn't reliable, so most people prefer to have their own car. In fact, 92% of households in Clark County have at least one vehicle. Ubers can be convenient, but also they can get pretty costly.
Yeah, they definitely can get pretty costly, especially if you're crossing both sides of the valley or if you're waiting in the Strip for hours in traffic. So it can be tough surviving in a driver's town if you're not from a driving town. Now, rural living. If you want rural living with a lot of large open space, we're talking about big acreage, 1 or more acres, that's just really difficult here. Outside of the cities, much of Nevada is federally owned land, so big acre lots close to the city are rare, making this a tough state to have a large residential ranch. Corporate housing is another hot topic. Large investors have bought homes to rent them out. In fact, 15% of houses that are built here in Las Vegas are owned by investors. But before you get angry at the hedge funds and Blackstones and BlackRock, you need to understand that 86% of the investors who own property here in Clark County are actually mom and pop investors who own 10 or fewer properties. So while most rentals are still owned by smaller landlords, institutional buyers definitely do still play a part in this current market. And also, for the first time in any of our history, over the last 5 years, have we begun to see communities that are being built specifically to be rented out. Kind of like an apartment building, but they built a bunch of houses or townhouses and then they immediately rented them out instead of just selling them like they normally would with a parcel number to another human. So,
even with all that, Las Vegas has a unique rhythm that attracts certain type of people. Some absolutely thrive here, while others realize pretty quickly it's just not their kind of city. So let's talk about who really fits in best.
who thrives here?
So retirees who want sun, golf, and no snow absolutely love it here. Many of them snowboard here as well, living seasonally during the best weather of the year.
Remote workers also thrive pretty well here too. We have reliable internet. You're not worried about a hurricane knocking out your power. That's just very rare. The winds will do that sometimes, but very rare. You have modern housing and a major international airport that pretty much connects to anywhere in the world. So you can live in a quiet neighborhood 20 minutes from the strip and still have access to all the excitement and entertainment you could ever want.
So outdoor lovers will never get bored here. Our neighbor moved here from Michigan just to hike year round, and there's no off season for that.
Definitely. Another person who does great here are now the sports fans, and they have their own, they're living in their own element now, because 5 years ago, we didn't have any professional sports teams here at all. Now we have the Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Aces, and we have a 10-year contract for Formula One racing, which completely transforms the entire Las Vegas Strip.
And baseball's coming soon.
And baseball is coming soon, and we will have some videos coming up more specifically on the relocation of the Oakland A's baseball team coming directly to the center of the Strip.
There's always something happening here.
Yeah.
If you're moving from a high tax state like California, no state income tax and overall value are just huge benefits.
Definitely, it's a lot cheaper. The housing's cheaper here than it is in California.
Yeah.
And then we also don't have that state income tax, which saves them another, effective 8 or 9% on their taxable income at the end of the year. So that puts more money in your pocket moving here.
But if you're coming from a very low cost area, housing may feel expensive at first. Now, as much as we love the city, there's always room for improvement. And honestly, a few key changes could make life in Las Vegas even better for everyone who calls it home. So
how could it be better?
Great question. We'd love to see more investments in school and youth programs. Families rely on them every week out here. Also, better transportation options would help, especially connecting suburbs to major venues for big events.
Yeah, those big events really make the Strip and local areas very congested with traffic.
Right.
So making that ins and outs for those a little bit easier would really help a lot.
More interconnectedness
Definitely.
would really help the community.
Another thing people are obviously griping or complaining about all across America, which we could do for a helping hand of, would be affordable housing. So affordable housing is another area in town that locals would like to see some improvement, as obviously every market in America has gone up since the last few
I'd
years.
like to see first-time buyers and essential workers deserve their fair chance before investors when purchasing as well.
Definitely give them a 1-month grace period to buy their owner-occupied home before an investor or an institution snatches it up.
That's just something, we constantly think of for, the locals here in Las Vegas.
Another thing that we would really like to see here in town, how to make it better, would be more trees and more parks. Now, don't get us wrong, our city, especially Summerlin, has a lot of parks, but the more trees you bring to the desert, they've proven with geological studies, the climate actually gets cooler cooler here. So the more trees and shade we have, the cooler we can keep our city. And so that would make summertime living a little bit better.
The city is improving every year, but added shade along trails and sidewalks would really go a long way.
Definitely. We can never have too much shade and fresh oxygen.
Even with those challenges, what's exciting is that Vegas is changing fast.
The projects in motion right now are setting the stage for a whole new chapter and how the city looks and functions.
Let's talk about where things are headed next. So the future of Las Vegas.
Future of Las Vegas looks really bright right now. The city never stops evolving. I've been here for over 21 years and it's still changing. Every few years there's something new that completely changes the skyline of the strip in the city. Right now we're in one of those phases again. The high-speed railroad from California is finally happening, keeping our fingers crossed, and it's going to be a game changer. You'll be able to get from LA to Vegas in about a couple hours with no traffic, no airport lines, just a smooth ride through the desert.
That's huge for tourism, business, and even weekend getaways. Sports are also transforming Vegas into a true major league city. The Raiders, Golden Knights, Aces, and Formula One have already changed the energy here. And now baseball is on the way with rumors of an NBA team not far behind. New mega projects are constantly breaking ground.
The Fontainebleau is already open. The MSG, Madison Square Gardens Megasphere is already open. And those are redefining entertainment all across the globe.
And developments across Summerlin, Henderson, and North Las Vegas keep expanding with parks, restaurants, and family-focused communities.
The local economy is diversifying too. Technologistics and healthcare companies are bringing new opportunities outside of tourism, and that's something that we need because we can't just be a community that's reliant on tourism and hospitality. And the city's commitment to sustainability, from water conservation to smarter construction, is stronger than it's ever been. In short, Vegas is growing up, and it's no longer just a place to visit, but it's actually built like a city for real life.
Just a few years ago, we had no hockey team, no football team, or even an IKEA. These last few years brought huge changes, and the next few will too. After more than 2 decades here, we can honestly say the next few years will reshape Las Vegas again, and it's exciting to see where it's heading.
We hope this video helped you guys see the real side of living in Las Vegas. It's not perfect, but we truly love it here.
If this was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. We make videos for you guys every single week.
Let us know in the comments below what surprised you the most and what neighborhood you want us to cover next. And if you're planning to move here in the next 12 months, reach out to us at the contact information below. We'd love to help you find the right part of town to call home next.
And if you're curious about what's coming next, check out our next video, Las Vegas Mega Projects That Will Change Everything, where we dive into the massive development shaping the city's future and what they mean for local home values.
See you on the next one.
Bye.